This past weekend was the Miss America pageant. And here to give us her thoughts is Michelle Wolf, everybody.
Thank you, Trevor. You know, I don't know if you know this about me, but I love pageants. You know, I actually wanted to get into pageants, but then I realized getting into Miss America is super hard. There's like tons of qualifications. Look at all those rules. I would never qualify. I broke like 3 of those rules today. Besides, I don't really have tiara hair. It would get lost. You know, I realized it's actually easier to become president than it is become Miss America. Because, you know what the qualifications are for president? 35 and born here. That's not qualifications. That's the search terms of a sad lady on a Match.com profile. My type? Well, at this point, I'll settle for 35 and born here. Or I don't know, not dead. I'm flexible.
Wow, I honestly had no idea there were so many qualifications to be Miss America.
Oh, no, not to be Miss America. That's just how you get into the competition. Once you're in the door, you still have to do all this crap.
Miss New Jersey, Caitlin Schofield.
All right. Couple things. Yodeling ventriloquism? Wow, us women keep finding more creative ways to die alone. Also, what did you do to my brother? Turn him back into a real boy! You know, I know people think pageants are sexist, and they are. But they also take time at the end of the competition to ask the contestants really hard questions.
Last month, a demonstration of neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and the KKK in Charlottesville, Virginia, turned violent and a counter-protester was killed. The president said there was shared blame with, quote, very fine people on both sides. Were there? Tell me yes or no and explain.
I think that the white supremacist issue, it was very obvious that it was a terrorist attack. And I think that President Donald Trump should have made a statement earlier addressing the fact and making sure all Americans feel safe in this country. That is the #1 issue right now.
How crazy is that? It took the president 4 days and 3 tries to give a answer to that question. And Miss Texas nailed it in 20 seconds. Little faith America has in its women. They have to be prettier, more talented, and smarter than the president just to get the job of waving for a year. She's gonna be stuck in a parade like, glad I solved that Nazi problem. They won't even let me drive. Like, I realized if he was in that competition, President Trump would have finished behind last.
195 countries signed the Paris Agreement, in which each country sets non-binding goals to reduce man-made climate change. The U.S. is withdrawing from the agreement. Good decision? Bad decision? Which is it and why?
Yeah, I mean, something could happen with respect to the Paris Accord. We'll see what happens. But we will talk about that over the coming period of time. And if it happens, that'll be wonderful. And if it doesn't, that'll be okay too. But we'll see what happens. But we did discuss.
I do believe it's a bad decision. Once we reject that, thank you. Once we reject that, we take ourselves out of the negotiation table, and that's something that we really need to keep in mind. There is evidence that climate change is existing, so whether you believe it or not, we need to be at that table, and I think it's just a bad decision on behalf of the United States. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. She seems so much more prepared than Donald Trump.
Well, yeah, of course. She knows that if she wins this contest, she'll be representing America to the world. That's a big responsibility.